What's up, world? This your man, Desiree Dixon. I'm your host, man, Mr. Bull City Business in the building. Welcome to the 5959 of Live Wire Podcast, man, where you get all your latest news and updates on community, independent artists, independent music, and what's going on in your community and more. We're sitting here today with my man, Daryl Quick. He's running for mayor of the city. What's up, Daryl? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Awesome, man. I'm glad to have you, bro. Listen. It's been a long time coming, man. It's your ambition. It's your drive. Something, man, that you finna pursue, and we're gonna be right there behind you, bro. We're gonna support you because I believe in supporting a brother, man, that's got a good heart, good spirit, good soul, man. I know you personally. I know what you can do. I know you're part of the community, man. I love what you're doing. That's why I'm endorsing and supporting you, and it's a blessing in itself, bro. So I'm glad to have you on today, man. So you feeling all right today? Today your mom's birthday, bro.
Yeah,
happy birthday to your mom.
Today's my mom's birthday, Sandra Claggett. That's what she went by. That was her name when she got married.
Awesome.
And she's gone away, but want to bless her and thank her, and thank you for saying that. But yeah,
yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Bless you, man. Hey, look, we just gonna jump right into it, man.
Let's do it.
We're gonna jump right into it, bro. Hey, look, listen, man. With all the violence that's going on in the city, bro, we just had somebody, man, pass away on I-85. 2 guys dead. Shot dead on the highway. Last time we heard something like that, it happened to your man Mo3 in Texas.
Right.
I hope that trend ain't, leaking and coming, doing it elsewhere, man, where they're not doing it at. But what's your plan, man, to take on violent crime right here in the city, man, as you get introduction into the mayor's seat, man? Like, what's your plan, bro?
So, that situation that happened, as well as other murders that happened in the city, are very unfortunate.
Right.
And it brings a bad stain onto a very beautiful city.
Right.
I'm from this city. This is my home, and I've gone away and I've come back. Every time I've always come back home. But to talk about the violence, right, and what my administration, what would look like under my leadership and my administration is, it would be proactive, it will be aggressive, and it will be precise. No murderer will walk the streets of Durham with impunity. And I mean that. So what that means is that we're calling on citizens to do the right thing. I know we live with this mantra of no snitching, and I'm okay with that. But snitching like that, in that particular form, goes if 2 people are doing a crime together and you get caught, don't snitch on your partner, But we're talking about people murdering people in the street. We're talking about people shooting people down on the highway. It was 2 people that passed away, but it could have been more people on that highway that got hit with a straight bullet.
That's right.
So what we need to do as a community, and under my leadership, is we need to say something, because the police can only do what they can do with the help of the community. Right. And so until we as a community get together and start coming out and doing something, we're really going to have a tied hand police department and also mayor's office.
And listen, and most of these murderers, man, most of the murdering that's happening, and most of the killings that's happening, and most of the guys that's passing away, man, is youth.
Yes.
And it breaks our heart, man. It breaks my heart, man, as a youth advocate, to kind of see these guys, passing away in the streets, man. Do you have a plan, or have you implemented or thought about what's your plan, man, for the youth right here in the city?
Yes, and so, that you say that, it just made me think real deep. Man, that's rough, and that's one of the reasons why I'm running for mayor. And so, what we need to do with the youth is we need to give them more things to do outside of sliding through the community.
Yeah, because we don't even have programs like we used to.
We don't. COVID actually shut down a lot of things, but prior to COVID, a lot of our community centers were not open and were not accessible to the communities. And so we have the Weaver Streets, we have the W.D. Hill, we have the Edison Johnson, we have all these different neighborhoods or communities that actually have a community center in it. And so what we need to do is we need to open them back up. We need to get them to be accessible to the community. And so once we do that, and after school programs, school is just starting back up. So hopefully we have a safe school year. I'm not a part of that whole process right now. I do believe in the school board, and I do believe in the current leadership right now to make it safe for the kids. I hope that everyone does the right thing, but we really do need to get these kids in school, and we need, when they come out of school, the ones that are, well, let me say this. The ones that have had issues in school, we need to get after school programs. These kids do want to learn, but putting them at home was counterproductive to learning. And once they get those grades up, and once they do things like that, then let's get them in activities. Let's get them in sports programs. Let's get them in
So basically,
things.
you talking about bringing back all the stuff that we did as we was children when the village raised a child.
Yes.
You're trying to get back to that.
Absolutely.
mode.
And one of the things I'm going to bring back, right? I'm bringing this back. I'm going into the bag on this one.
Yeah.
Basketball, midnight basketball.
Wow.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. And so I'm going to make it a big thing too, right? So I don't know if you ever heard of Ball is Life. But that's a group of guys who they go to different communities and stuff like that, and they go ball with the community, right? They'll go pull up at a park. So I'll be looking to get something like that, getting those guys to come in and go to a community center. We'll have pizza. We'll have people come out. I have a guy like DJ Fats to come out and DJ for me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the governor. You know, and so I'll be doing that and get grills and get, maybe even get your brother Craig Diskin, one of the best grillers out there to come hit the grill.
You plugging, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Y'all better vote for him because he's plugging y'all right now. Go ahead, bro.
But seriously though, these people have always been people in the community that have done things. So what I want to do is get the same people to continue doing what they're doing and do things in the community and get them out there. And we can get these kids on a Friday night from about 11:30 or 11 o'clock to 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning doing something. We know they're not on the streets.
Got you, man. Got you, bro. I hear you, man. I'm with it. It's an awesome thing, bro. But listen, I was just with a guy, man, and he had a tent in the woods, bro.
Right.
I was just in the village. I seen a homeless guy laying down. With so much homelessness in the world, man, right here in Durham, North Carolina is where I'm focused and where I'm looking at and where I'm seeing it and what's saddening my heart, right here in the city. What kind of program or what kind of something that you can implement as mayor, man, that, can kind of help the homeless right here in the city? That's going to help them get housing, that's going to help them with some mental health, because we know that's where it starts. But do you have a plan for the homeless? Like, what is your,
Well, you kind of said a couple things I'm going to do with the mental health part. But let me first of all say this. I am big on helping the homeless. I'm also a veteran. And so there are homeless veterans out there. And so what we want to do is we want to go ahead and start doing things to get...
So you're a veteran?
I'm a veteran, yes.
When did you serve?
I served... I don't want to talk about the year, my age and all that. But I did serve for 4 years. Honorable veteran. I'm also service-connected veteran. And so what I want to do is with the veteran homeless people, right? I want to be able to get them to the VA and to that particular function, because there's help for homeless veterans. And so once we can identify those, we can get them to help through the VA. Now, with the homeless folks that are not veterans, what we need to do from a city standpoint is we have a lot of empty buildings, that are doing nothing but just collecting dust. So we need to reach out to some of these private owners of these buildings and maybe partner with them, and see if we can get them to, help, and we can flip the bill together from a city standpoint where we can actually house some of these people to get them off of the street corner. The worst thing you can do is ride down the street and ride past someone sitting laying on the street corner, right?
It's a horrible feeling.
And now let me just say this. The moratorium for evictions is over today.
Right.
Today is the last day for that.
Right.
And the CDC can't do anything right now. The House has gone home. So right now, if you're struggling,
it could increase.
If you're struggling right now, this is to you. If you're struggling right now, you can be kicked out of your home. And only 4% of the money of the $33 million has been spent to help people pay their rent.
Wow.
So we need to get that money out. Now, if I'm the mayor, when I'm the mayor, I'm going to make sure that we get that money out. I'm going to make sure that we proactively handle this situation. Now, we need to get a database, and we need to start getting things together where we can actually get people the information they need. And we also need to catch up to the way we actually send the information out. Most people, like myself, don't check the mailbox all the time. We know what's in there. It's a bill. It's a whole bunch of papers we don't want to see, you know, a whole bunch of trash and stuff like that. So how do we end up getting information out? Let's start using email addresses. Let's start using social media to alert people. I'm talking about Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, even TikTok. TikTok can be our friend. It's not always, you know, the bad guy in the room. TikTok can be our friend to get information out. So we really can do that and help people from being home. Yeah, all social media platforms, absolutely. Yeah. Don't want to miss anything.
So you know, with homelessness comes drug addiction.
Yes.
You know, we've covered the youth. You know, we talked about the youth now. You gave me a plan about that. We talk about the homeless. But now we're talking about, you know, with the homeless out here, man, and now the moratorium is over, people might be evicted, come stress, depression, and things like that. People are using drugs, might be using more drugs even now. Do you feel like it's inequity, man, in the drug addicted community here in Durham? Do you feel like anybody, you know, people talk about it, have you feel like they really implemented it and put equity into it right now?
Absolutely not. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Absolutely no equity whatsoever. And I'm saying that from the standpoint of seeing it from ground zero. I've seen way too many people over the past 3 years die from drug addictions. And I'm talking about fentanyl. And I'm talking about heroin. So we have to really get this together. And we really have to start doing what we're supposed to do. Now, we know that there was a $1.3 trillion opioid bill signed under the Trump administration. And that money was supposed to go down to all the states and be able to be distributed to those who were dealing with opioid and also drug addiction, whether it was heroin or cocaine or anything or meth or whatever. So what we need to start doing is making it more equitable and make it more, you know, we need to get some equity in this particular help for people. Because the one thing about drug addiction, it don't care if you're rich, poor, white, black, Hispanic, Asian, or whatever. You touch drugs, you're going to be addicted. So please, if there's any children out here watching, any parents out here watching, tell your children the truth about drugs. Don't let them go down the rabbit hole and potentially be someone who needs their help. But I want to get people help. I want to make sure that we do some things here in Durham that are new, you know, as far as helping people. And so
proactive.
Yeah, and we want to be proactive, and we don't want to be reactive. We want to be proactive. Absolutely. Awesome. Now it's going to take a lot. It's not going to be something that's going to be able to be figured out in a day. And it's going to take the city council, it's going to take community leaders, it's going to take church leaders, it's going to take everybody to come together to really figure this thing out.
Okay, awesome, bro. Awesome. Sounds good to me, bro. It seems like you kind of got everything, the ball rolling already, and you haven't even hit the seat yet, man. So I'm looking for great things. But listen, along with the homeless comes crime, right?
Yes.
Can't deny it, man. Comes crime. So what I want to ask you for the people, because I know the people want to know, with the crime, homelessness, the youth, all of this stuff is kind of centered around the youth right now, if you look at it. You know, you still have homeless veterans and things like that, but most of the stuff is centered around the youth. The youth gets in trouble, the police is called. What's next? We've seen where they've killed people. We've seen where, you know, it turned out of a bad situation where they didn't have to turn out that way. Also, we see the young guys making decisions to cause the effect of what's going on. How do you balance that as mayor? How do you, as mayor, how do you attack that further as the police controversy and balancing that where both parties can benefit? You know, where if I commit a crime, I ain't got to worry about dying up under your watch as mayor, you know, or if I do commit a crime, what can I do to stop my baby from getting killed as mayor? How do we deal with the police about that? What's your thought about that? Okay,
well, let me first address the first part of that, which was the crime. Right. So I, in my administration and under my leadership, am going to be 100% against violent crime against women, children, and our elderly. We're not even going to play games with that. If you do anything with that, I am politicking for you to go away from here because you don't belong on our Durham streets. We need the best citizens that we can get to be on our Durham streets because we need safety again. Okay? Let's make it safer again. So with that being said, that's how I feel about crime. Now, with the part about the police department and how they treat our citizens, I remember Frank Clark and the Clark family. And I want to say a shout out to them that they let me be with them when we marched from Matt Dugal Terrace to the police department, was on Chapel Hill Street. And we took all those people, not one person went to jail, not one person was rowdy, and all they wanted was answers for the death of their family member.
Yeah, I personally know them. It's like my big brother, Mike Long. He's a good guy.
Absolutely.
Awesome
But you know, let's get that in.
Yeah.
But what we have to understand is there's an issue with the way we police in 2021. People are not the same as they were back in 1980 and 1990, even in 2000, right? When gangs were still in our streets. So what I want to do is I want to not defund the police, but I want to reform the police. And what that means is we have to get the best of our police. We have to have the best police department. We have to have the best training. We have to have the best cars, the best everything.
Let me ask you
yes,
this.
sir.
What do you feel like, because I have a couple of law enforcement friends, and
Mm-hmm.
I was talking to one, speaking to one, I won't say his name here, but he was saying some of the police that here in Durham don't even live in Durham.
Correct.
So they're not even connected to Durham. What do we do, bro, as you become a mayor? What do we do as community advocates? What do we do as organizations to get more polices right here in the city to become polices? Because right now, if they have no connection to the city, there's no emotions involved.
Right.
Which we know emotions ain't involved in business, but when you're dealing with people in person, man, it is involved. What's your thought about that for this police not being from Durham, but yet we're hiring more police that are not even from Durham?
Let me say this. So, one, I want to make sure that we keep our police officers living in Durham. We have police officers that work in Durham, live in Apex, Raleigh, Holly Springs, Cary. They don't even want to live in Durham, you know? So let's try to get them to, first of all, live where they work, and maybe even give a bonus for those who do that, you know, because it's one thing when you have cars in neighborhoods and things of that nature, you know, people, you know, the bad apples are apt to not go down that street and bust their guns because they see a police officer lives there. Now, as far as getting young people and young black people, I want to see into the police force. I did when I was with Take Back Durham, I was the president of that organization, and we did a job fair in Bluefield. And I had these little stickers. They were like little junior police stickers, right? And you would be surprised how many little young black kids wanted a sticker. So for the people who say F the police and all that, listen, man, we need to we need to build the police from our own communities. Can you imagine how you change the narrative if you have police that come from your own community? Excuse me. You will have a better understanding of the police force and of the community. And it won't be just people coming from out of city or out of state to police a city that they've only heard about and have a negative thought process about. So we definitely want to make sure that we build from the city and do that with our police force.
Awesome, bro. Glad to know. Good to know. Good to know. Switching gears for a minute. The city's growing.
Mm-hmm.
Population growing. People are moving from upstate, like we just said, not even just the police, but citizens as well, moving down. They don't want to cut grass. They're moving into the high rises, the new buildings, the new apartments, the new places that's coming up right now. For this GDP growth, what measures would you take to even increase it even more for this your GDP here in Durham?
Now, how much time we got? Now,
59.
59. Hey, don't tell me that because I'll go all day. So let me tell you. So one of the things about it, me being an advocate and a black man from Durham running for mayor, I know the stigma is going to be, wow, he just going to take care of what he going to take care of, right? He probably don't even know about GDP, you know, the gross domestic product. Well, yes, I do. So first and foremost, what I want to do for the GDP is I want to keep the businesses that we have humming along. Keep making that money, right? I want to bring people here, and I want to keep people here, because the more money that circulates within Durham builds us up. How bad is it that Durham continues to be Raleigh and Charlotte's little brother when it comes to GDP? We want to start being second and then first. So what I want to do is I want to create internet businesses, right? Uplift those small businesses, right? Those small business folks. And when you create internet businesses, as a matter of fact, we can be Silicon Valley, right? So we had RTP, and we still have RTP, but RTP boomed in the 70s and 80s and 90s. But it's kind of going away a little bit. We have businesses that left and go overseas for less, they get less money to go overseas and whatever. So what I want to do in Durham is I want to build up these small businesses. And also we have so Durham is 40.2% black, 40.7% Caucasian, right? It's 13% Hispanic and about 4 or 5% Asian, right? So everybody wants to get their hair done. Everybody wants to get their nails done. If you look at me, I get my hair done all the time. So let's build up these people. Let's bring back some of these schools to teach people how to do hair. And let's end up getting more jobs and more growth. So we can do that. And getting people back to work is very important. And also, let's increase the minimum wage beyond what it is. And I think that anybody who's working a job should make, you should make more than $7.50 and $8 an hour. So with the GDP, we can do that. We can do it together. We can do it by increasing small businesses. We can do it by minority businesses, not just black, but minority businesses. And let's create that. And let's get the big businesses involved to partner to get these people started, because that's going to only increase their profit margin. And if their profit margin goes up, then the GDP goes up. Then we're no longer the little brother or the little cousin to Charlotte and Raleigh.
Awesome.
Now I can go on some more, but we're gonna stop it right there.
Listen, man, this is just awesome, bro, because now we got somebody that we can actually relate to, bro, that's touching the same ground as we're touching, bro, and that we get to speak with and talk with, man. So having a homegrown brother that's for all the people, not just for blacks, but for all the people is an awesome thing. Like I said in the beginning of this interview, I know your heart, man. I know what your desire is. I know that you love people regardless of race, creed, color, ethnicity, background. It don't matter, because I've seen you operate in the community, man. But for those that don't know you, for those that haven't met you, for those that haven't had a conversation with you, tell the people a little bit about yourself as Daryl quick, and then let them know why they should vote for you as mayor. And even the people that do know you, why should they vote for you for mayor, man? This is your foreground. You got it. This is your cue. Give the people what they want. They need to know why they should vote for you for mayor. Go.
The biggest reason you should vote for me for mayor is because I love this city. I love it like nobody's business. This city is great. This city has so much culture. It has so much promise. It has the best people in the world. And trust me, I lived all over the world, and I've always come back to this city. This city is rich. You have, this city has so many businesses and so many opportunities, and you have people who go downtown and have freestyle moments and stuff like that, and you got a skate park and all that, and you got so many small shops that you can go to and everything. Man, listen, Durham is the best city in the world, and the reason I'm running for mayor is because lately, over the past 10 to 15 years, I've seen Durham go into a direction that is not healthy. It's not healthy for the city. It's not healthy for the citizens. It's not healthy for the kids. It is not healthy for our seniors. And so I want to bring equity back to Durham. Our downtown is beautiful. Bill Bell, you did an awesome job. Steve Schul, you kept it going. But now we got to get away from the status quo, okay? And we need some equity in our downtown. I was just thinking the other day how I would love to go from one spot to the next spot to the next spot to the next spot. I would love to go and get me a slice of pizza. I would love to go get me some soul food. I would love to go get me, some German food. I might want to go get some Ethiopian food. I might want to go get some Mexican food. I might want to go get some local pollo. I might want to go get some of anything. But downtown doesn't look like Durham. And we need it to look like Durham. So for the people who tell me all the time, I want equity in Durham, I'm fighting for that. I'm fighting for you. The people who are working
because
hard.
I've heard some guys, man, say they was walking downtown Durham, man, and they was asked why was they down there being black, and here on Livewire, man, I try to, my vision is to, because I'm a normal citizen myself, right. my thing is to bring the community the real answers, man. So when people walk down, when I heard this news at my hot dog stand downtown, by the way, 414 East Main Street downtown there. No,
speaking of plugging.
But listen, but yeah, man, yeah. So he said, he was walking downtown one night, man, and the police pulled him and asked him, what was he doing there, and could they see his ID? How do we deal with that? How would you deal with that as mayor, with no inclusion in the downtown area? None of this becoming vibrant. None of this becoming what they want it to be. How do the African Americans in Durham benefit from the downtown build up? So
first and foremost, let me just say this, and I'm gonna kind of go somewhere, and I'm gonna come back.
Yeah, because we still got to get to the introduction
absolutely.
of yourself. So don't
absolutely. But we need to, when it comes to that relationship and being asked that question, what are you doing downtown, and you're a citizen, nobody should be asked that question. Nobody should be asked, why are you downtown? We need to really get to know our police department. I go back to that, because if they know you, they're not going to ask that question. Even if they don't know you, they shouldn't ask that question. But we need, and it could be me, because I'm a black man with braids. And I was just downtown on Rigsby Street, Rigsby and Trinity. And I stood there and I looked and I was like, wow, this looks beautiful. But where's the diversity? So we need to, as a community, start shopping downtown, start going downtown, and not leaving downtown for other people to go to. And we need to go and be there, and then people will see, yeah, everybody loves downtown. So we definitely need to do that. I think that'll help out with that a little bit. We'll never be able to change people who have bad intentions. So we need to get rid of bad apples and people with bad intentions. But we definitely all need to really go downtown and enjoy it, because that's our downtown. Awesome. Our tax money built it.
It's good to hear. Good to hear. Y'all heard it here first, man, on Livewire Podcast, man. Hold them accountable for downtown for African American. No, I'm just playing. But listen, man, it was a pleasure. It's an awesome thing having you, man. In closing, again, give the people your name, man. Where you from? For those that don't know you, this first time meeting you, introduce yourself to them. And in closing.
So, for everybody who doesn't know me, who don't know me, my name is Daryl Quick, and I'm running for mayor of Durham. And I'm your next mayor of this beautiful city. I'm from this community. I'm from this city. I was born and raised at Duke University Medical Hospital, and yes, I'm a Blue Devil. Go Devils. I grew up in Sheik Road for 13 years of my life. Then I moved away. I came back, and I've lived in every part of Durham. There's not a side of this town that I have not lived in. And so I know the richness of this community, and I want to be here for this community. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give my all. I'm going to give everything that I have for this community. No other candidate can say that. No other candidate will ever say that. And so if you elect me, if you vote for me, I promise you, I'm going to work hard. And you will have accessibility to me, because we're going to make these town hall meetings virtual. We're going to keep the Zooms. We're going to throw it on Facebook, Instagram. So there'll never be a time when you won't get to know me. And also, I have something I want to say. I'm going to drop something right here for you. Once I become mayor, every month on Monday, we're going to have Mayor Mondays, where I'm going to go to a business in Durham, and you will know about it. It'll be on the site. And all you have to do is come down to where I'm at and meet the mayor yourself. I'm not afraid to meet you. I'll give you the fist bump because of COVID, but I'm not afraid to meet you. Wear your mask if you're not vaccinated, and let's have a good time and let's get to know one another. But this is our time, and I'm your guy. And I need you to vote for me. I need you to spread the word for me. I need you to get motivated. I need you to get registered. I need you to register your friends. I need you to get them to the polls. You can do your ballot by mail-in ballot this year. So let's get this going. Let's get it together. It's our time. And we're going to make a better Durham by getting back to the basics. And remember this right here. Quick is your pick.
Quick is your pick. Y'all heard it, man. Listen. Awesome interview, man. Livewire Podcast 5959, man. Our first extensive interview, exclusive interview with the running mayor, man. Daryl Quick, man. Quick is your pick. I'm your host, Desiree Dixon, man. Mr. Bull City Business in the building. Livewire Podcast, man, where you can get all your latest news and updates on community events, and more. So make sure that y'all check us out, man. Bull City, we in the building, man. I'm your host, Desiree Dixon, man. Mr. Bull City Business, we gone. We out, man. Appreciate you, Daryl Quick, man.
Thanks, sir.
Salute. We out on the trail with you, bro. Blessings on that, man. Vote for Quick, man. Quick is your pick. We out. Chill. Live wire.